Guys, today we have an interesting video for you. We'll be taking a look at the S22 concept. So obviously there will most likely be an S22 and an S22 Ultra. There might be a middle range type of S22 in between there, but most likely we're at least going to get one those two options, the Ultra and the regular S22. Nonetheless though, the S21 based on sales is down 47% this year on sales. So that's definitely, it's somewhat interesting. Now that's not going to change anything when it comes to the S22 coming out. Now at the Galaxy Unpacked event, we expected to see an S21 Fan Edition. We did not actually get that. Now that might be related strictly to the 47% down in sales. Nonetheless though, this does mean that the Galaxy S22 will go ahead and need to improve a lot of things. Pretty much everything people didn't like about the S21, they need to improve, make better, and actually make the S22 even more better than that. So starting off right away, like I said, these are concepts posted, so obviously this is not the real deal for the phone. This is just a concept like we usually look at with the Galaxy, with the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, or we looked at the Surface Duo 2. So starting off right away, this is posted by Let's Go Digital, so shout out to them for posting these images. So I'm gonna go ahead and get even more in depth here when it comes to the image, and let's see what they're looking like. To be honest, already it's looking okay, to be honest, starting off right away. Like, I don't think this looks bad in any way. Now, the big things that they do have highlighted is that they believe there will be, first off, a micro SD card added to this phone, and also a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Yes, you heard me correctly. At the very bottom there, it actually does have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I don't know how many people actually use wired headphones anymore. There's probably still a market, probably actually no, let me not say that, because there is a lot of people who probably still use wired headphones. Honestly, you can probably get the best music, the best actual sound from wired headphones based on what I understand. So a lot of people do use Bluetooth. I would say majority of the market, but there is probably still a big market that does use wired headphones. So this is a selling point if they do add it to the phone. Most likely, my prediction would be the micro SIM or micro SD. Yes. This probably not, in all honesty. So starting off right away, we have a triple camera setup on the back of the phone. It's a little bit more flush in my opinion than the Galaxy S20 one. So I will say it does look a little bit better in that aspect. So this is what the back would look like. You have that decent matte black, which of course the raised bump for the cameras, and to be honest, it looks kind of like a battery pack. When I first saw this, that's what I kind of just thought about right away, was this is like a battery pack. I don't know why, it just came to my brain, and yeah. So right here, we actually have the images of what would be the micro SD card inserted into the phone. Now, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra actually did have this at the very top of the phone. If you got the Ultra version, you could add a micro SD card. You could not do that with the regular Note 20. So this should be interesting to see if they do add this. And again, this is another look at the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which I still believe we probably will not see with the iteration of this phone. But hey, listen, with how bad the S21 did, maybe Samsung says fluff it and we're gonna get everything, right? They're gonna give us pretty much the whole entire arsenal when it comes to stuff for this phone. If that's the case, that would be very, very cool, just to see even more stuff. Again, it's a small feature, the headphone jack, but it is an addition. Keep in mind though, and I said this with the Surface Duo 2 before, that whenever they do add small additions, even a headphone jack, that does take up space. And with how small and compacted these phones are, just taking a look real fast at the Surface Duo, you guys see how small that is, right? You see how thin that device is. Every little bit of surface space is actually necessary and has components for something in this device. So for example, we talked about this before, if there was for the Surface Zero 2 a little indent right here, that would go ahead and maybe take away NFC, maybe take away wireless charging, because it would take up that space that could have something else. So that headphone jack on the S22, although yes, some people are like, oh, that's cool, a headphone jack, that'd be awesome, it might take up something else. It might take up for wireless charging. It might take up for NFC. Most likely it would not, because those are really good selling points for the Galaxy S series. But again, like I said, you know, that's something to take in consideration, that you might see if you go ahead and put the headphone jack in there, you might be sacrificing something else. Hopefully it's not huge, but it's definitely something to take into consideration. So right here you can see, just like the just like the Note 20 Ultra, it's going to go ahead and be at the very top of the phone. So sliding at the very top, you slide in your SD card. I really don't see why this wouldn't be added. Again, like I said, the 3.5mm headphone jack, I could see the point of view of, yeah, definitely not, we're not doing that. But with the other thing right here, I see no issue with a micro SD. I think a micro SD would actually be very smart and definitely work out very well. And another picture right here of the triple camera setup on the back with the little bump, which to be honest is not much at all when it comes to bumps. And this is what the phone would look like when you buy it. So you obviously have the phone, you have the charging cord, and you have your instructions. So obviously no actual block, no charging block, which is what we saw with Apple. Now we also see this with Samsung. So they're trying to save it for what's called environmental stuff, so it obviously stops environmental waste. Good on them for that. Nonetheless, I think everyone at home does have a wireless charging block, has a charging block of some kind. Not everyone has a fast charging block, but same time though, obviously they're going to do that to make some more money too. I mean, they do care about the environment, but they also want to make some more money. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions though. Are you picking up the S22? Would you care if it added a headphone jack? Yes or no? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.